This is still Good Morning Abuja on the Unity station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Next on the program is a conversation with someone you will be wondering, who is that person going to be? He is a filmmaker, and yes, he's based here in Abuja. You know, we don't really have many of them here in Abuja, but this one is here based in Abuja. Who is he? He is Oluwafemi Isaac Akinshipe. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
You're welcome to Good Morning Abuja.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
So I said we don't really have many of you filmmakers based here in Abuja. That's the catch for me. And so far, I don't know how long you've been into filmmaking.
Okay, let me correct that notion that there are not so many filmmakers in Abuja.
Okay.
We have quite a lot. There are lots of filmmakers in Abuja.
In Abuja, they are based here.
Yes, they are based here.
Really?
We have quite some numbers, including senior filmmakers who've been in the industry for a while.
Really?
We have the numbers here. Okay. The only difference is most times we don't get to see the films, or we don't get to differentiate between the films that were shot in Lagos and the ones that are shot in Abuja.
I know that's why I said they are not, because if you are based in Abuja, Abuja is a beautiful city that you can use to make your movies and all that. But we find out the locations are usually out of Abuja, like most times Lagos or the East and all that.
Like I said, you really cannot differentiate between the movies shot in Abuja and the ones shot in Lagos. And I think this is where TV stations like NTA has to come in and assist us. For example, when you have filming locations, when people are making films, somehow we need to have a department that attends to some of these things, that knows that, a particular film is going on, a particular film is going on. So we can have that collaboration with the media to show that anytime a film is happening in Abuja, major projects, people are there. People knows about it. A lot of what you're saying is the sentiment that most people in Abuja shares. They feel like most films are shot in Lagos. But I can tell you for free right now that there are more than 50 film locations going on in Abuja right now.
Wow.
Yes, I can mention a couple of, there are a couple of film, guys doing some of their jobs at the moment. So we have the numbers. What we do not have is the exposure, just like Lagos. That's basically the difference.
So before I continue, let me just first of all take you back. Like, why filmmaking, and when did you venture into filmmaking?
Okay, so I resigned from my job in 2017.
Wow.
Yes, I did resign from my job in 2017. I felt like there was more to my life than just earning some money. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to tell a story. Most times people will say they want to tell their story, but no, I want to tell a story. And I wanted to tell an original story of a young man who just started something. So the first thing that came to my mind was film. I'd been a stage actor for a while in church back in 2012. I'd started all that, but we're just doing it locally, just the passion for it. And then in 2017, I decided, I think it's time for me to pick up something with this.
So pick up, make money.
I know. I really wanted the experience. You want to get into the industry. Most people will ask you, how do I get into the industry? The first thing you should do is you get education. So I started looking for film schools in Abuja. I didn't get quite a lot, that I would have wanted. So I said, so I picked up one, Royal Art Film Academy in Lagos, the Song Film School. So I checked it out and, this is nice. I checked some of the alumni and I discovered that they've done quite a lot, So I registered for the course, traveled to Lagos, spent 3 months, that was between September and December 2017. I spent 3 months. I graduated later that December, and I shot my first short film. It's about a 25-minute short film titled Rat Race. It was directed by one of my ogas, Akintijani Balogun. And after I finished, I discovered that there was still a lot more for me to know. I couldn't continue, so I came back to Abuja 2018, got married, settled down. Film is something that you have to plan. You have to really plan, because you don't start earning immediately immediately. You don't get the attention immediately. So I had to plan, and then I waited 2018, 2019. I was going to a couple of locations, 1, 2. I was part of Yoruba Demon. I went for 1 or 2 auditions, you know. And in 2020, after COVID, I decided that, listen, man, I don't want to act. I want to be a producer. Something is missing in Abuja, and I really want to be the difference, you know. So I went for a course. It's an international course. I did production management, learned how to produce properly. I learned the works, everything you have to know. And in September 2020, I joined with someone. We co-produced the film. After that, I decided to make mine. And since then, I did not stop.
Wow.
I've not let go of that dream. I've made over 25 films.
So far?
Yes, so far, yeah.
Well, you said you need a lot of time for film, and in should I say from 2020 now till now, you've done 25. Is that not rush?
Well, I started with short films.
Oh, okay.
I started with short films that you could basically do in 2 days, and then edit in maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
So when I started, I wanted the fame. I wasn't looking for the money. I wanted the fame. I wanted everybody to get to know me, to know who is this guy. So I was doing a lot of short films. I mean, every other day when I wake up, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm thinking of the next film to make. I'm thinking of the next film to make. So basically, I was doing up to 2 films a month.
Wow.
Yes, I was basically waking up. You know, we had a team who decided that we want to do this. So this was basically everything they were doing. I mean, we were making film, moving to the studio, editing back to back, at night, day, everything. We had nothing else to do. We just want to achieve, those dreams.
Okay, so how do you go about your creative process, developing conceptualization of your ideas for a movie?
Well, first of all, when you're making a film, it goes through a series of phases. I could sit here and get a story, and then it takes you up to 5-6 days, sometimes 1 week, to really know what you're thinking about. Now, when you get a story, the first thing you look for is a story reference, something that looks like what you've been thinking about. So you pick up a book, you go to Google, you go to Netflix, you go to Amazon, go to all of these places to check what looks like what you're thinking about. What characters are in your mind? What type of characters do you want to build? How do you want to build those characters? What difference will each of the characters make to the story? So all of these things, you put them on the table and you decide, okay, so this is what I want this my character to look like. Then you go and look for a character that look like that in some other films that you may have seen, or you read about it, or you do something about it. You can pick up something and you decide, okay, so this character is going to be witty, it's going to be fast-talked, it's going to be very intelligent, it's going to be all of this, but very naive. So you can put a plus to it and make sure that all of this develops your character into something really, really different.
So, you just had a movie premiere last week, and then how was it as in preparing for the whole of it, the movie and itself, and then the premiere itself? How did it go?
It was probably the biggest independent film premiere in Abuja.
Okay.
Yes, we called it the biggest, and of course it lived up to its name. We had quite a number of partners, people coming up to support us. We had quite a lot of partners. The pictures, the videos, the event itself was powerful. It wasn't what we were expecting. It was bigger than what we thought.
Oh, seriously? Because this is the first?
No, we've had quite a couple of premiere. Yes, we've done premieres 3 times. Okay. But for the first time, we're going to the main cinema. We showed it at Silverbird Cinemas on Sunday, and it was massive.
Wow.
It was massive. We had quite a lot of partners coming to support us. I mean, we've done 1 or 2 works before now. So, but this time around, we had the partners coming up and saying, someone is doing something. We have to, show up for them. We arrived in executive rights.
Wow.
We had executive right company coming to support us, so we arrived in executive rights.
Wow.
We had securities. We had a wine company giving all our guests wine. Our VIP section enjoyed, bottle of champagne, sparkling wines, gin and whiskey. So it was one big event that we didn't think was going to be like that.
Okay, so what did you actually do differently? You said before now it wasn't like this. So what did you actually do differently that gave you a different result?
Well, if you want to achieve a different result, you have to go on a different mission, isn't it? Yeah. So this time around, we did what we call inclusiveness. We added a lot of things to our story. We worked harder. We consulted better. We took our time. We spent a lot of time. Then we increased our budget on our marketing. Because most importantly, people who are wanting to invest in you want to know that they can get what you promised you would, deliver. So we increased our marketing budget to ensure that we can have a bigger momentum, we can attract the bigger market, we can get everyone to talk about it. So we went out, we were making calls, we were visiting, we were throwing flyers, we were doing jingles, we were going on different, platforms to make the advert. So it made it bigger. It made it easier for it to be bigger. So we played it differently, and of course, the result was magnificent.
Wow, that's a good one. Like knowing that next one too is going to actually be bigger than this.
Trust me.
There's no success story without the challenges.
Yeah.
So far, how has it been? Like the challenges in filmmaking, and then how were you able to overcome them?
So many challenges. I can tell you for free, being a filmmaker in Abuja itself is a challenge because the exposure is not there. You don't get the exposure you're supposed to get. It's not the same thing as Lagos, where you have quite a lot of creatives, a lot of collaborations. So first of all, I think collaboration is like the first thing that we don't get here. The second thing is exposure. I mean, you have to make a film, you have to take it down to Lagos. I mean, it's not like that anymore. We're breaking that. We're gradually breaking that. It's no longer like that, but we still have it. It still happens. I mean, you make a film in Abuja, you have to take it down to Lagos. The Rock TV, the Africa Magic, all of these channels are based in Lagos. So it's difficult to get the proper exposure, that you deserve.
Okay. You were saying you don't get the cooperation. Is it from the residents now? Because or who exactly, the government?
No, yes, the government is a part. Sometimes when you're an Abuja filmmaker, everybody is supposed to see you like you're close to the capital. So a lot of things should be easier, for you. But you find out that it's still the people in Lagos that comes here, negotiate the deals, get the deals, and then cuts, something small for the people in Abuja. So yes, that's like part of it. Everybody still feels like, just like you now, if I walk up to you and tell you, hi, I'm a filmmaker and I want to make a film, I need like 10 million naira to make a film. You'll be like, in Abuja, are you sure? Are you sure there's anything going on like that? So, but if a Lagos filmmaker comes to you and say, oh, my name is so, I'm from Lagos, I'm a filmmaker in Lagos, all of those things, and they ask you to fund them or to support them. It's easier for anybody to support a filmmaker from Lagos than a filmmaker from Abuja. Yes, so that's the truth. But it's getting better. Trust me, it is getting better. We are getting, the awareness, the attention, we're getting all of that every day. So yes, it's getting better.
Finally, if I let you go, advice, you have been in the industry for a while now.
Yeah.
So advice for filmmakers, upcoming filmmakers, or people that want to venture into it, what they should expect?
Well, expect a lot of competitions. Every day people are wanting to make films. The competitions are getting very feisty every day. People want to do this, people want to make films. So the first thing to give you an edge, I say it in all my interviews, the first thing to give you an edge is acquire knowledge about filmmaking. That's the basic thing. That's like the most important thing. Ensure you have the proper education on filmmaking. It helps your process, it helps your strategy, it helps your growth. It makes life completely easy for you. Because most times people just venture into this thing hoping that it's very profitable and they can just wake up, make a film, put some faces and then take it to DSTV and then it doesn't work like that. There are lots of things you have to do, there are lots of information you need to have, there are lots of facts that you need to have on your plate to know that this thing doesn't work like this, it doesn't work so fast like this, it doesn't work pretty slow like this. So you have to understand all of those nitty-gritties, you know.
So you don't get disappointed.
Exactly. So most importantly, get an education, please, for whatever it is you're wanting to do in filmmaking, whether writing, producing, directing, coming to be an actor, whatever part of the crew members you're wanting to join, ensure you have the proper education.
Wow. Well, I wish we could go on and on because there's so much to talk about.
Of course.
Because of time, I'll let you go today, but some other time we'll get you on the program to
Certainly.
tell us more.
Thank you
for coming on Good Morning Abuja.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, we've been talking with Oluwafemi Isaac Akinshipe, and he has told us a whole lot about filmmaking because he is also a filmmaker. We'll go on a short break, and after that, the program continues.